friends, your favorite storybook characters, and even fish. And here's Miss Fran.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today, Droopy?
I'm real good.
Someone saw the fish, didn't they?
They sure did. I see them too there.
You know, Droopy corrected me this morning. I said goldfish, and he said they're not goldfish at all. I forgot that Droopy was an expert.
They's gouramis.
They're what?
Gouramis.
Geronimus?
Gouramis.
All righty, they're beautiful fish.
I like them too.
Very, very nice to have them with us this morning. Have they? Well?
No, they haven't eaten yet.
Oh, well, we'll leave them right there. You know, they're not being camera shy today, are they?
They are performing well. I was giving them a talking to after last time.
I should think so. The last time we had the fish come to visit us, they would come around on this side and hide so that no one could see them. Well, we'll leave them right there, and the fish can help us wish the boys and girls happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And the fish can listen to the story with us.
Listen to the fish.
You suppose they'll like that?
Yeah, they like stories.
Thank you for bringing the fish. Well, first thing before the boys and girls have to run off to school, we want to do the birthdays. This is Friday morning, January the 8th. And it's the birthday of Deborah K. Dixon, who lives in Oklahoma City and is 6 years old today, Droopy.
Happy birthday, Debbie.
Dwayne Lingenfelter of Enid is 8 years old today.
Happy birthday, Dwayne.
We want to say a belated happy birthday to Dale Howard Rankin, who was 3 years old on Wednesday, and his card was missent someplace else, and so we were quite late getting it.
Happy birthday, belated.
Belated to Dale.
Dale.
Jimmy Burton of Oklahoma City is 5 years old today, and he has a happy birthday surprise hidden away in the hall closet.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Karen Pullen of Cement is 8 years old today.
Happy birthday, honey.
Hi, Bossy.
Good morning.
Made it up pretty early this morning, didn't you?
I've had to get him up early.
I see. This is pretty early for Bopper, you know, boys and girls. Sometimes he sleeps halfway through the program. So, happy birthday from Bopper and Droopy both to Bobby Cott of Oklahoma City, who is 6 years old today.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Stephen Wayne Selby of Pauls Valley, who is 4.
Happy birthday, Stevie.
Mark Nida of Perry, who is also 4 today.
Happy birthday,
And he has a
Mark.
happy birthday surprise hidden away, too.
Under the bed.
Behind the divan.
Oh.
Louise Abbott of Oklahoma City is 5 years old today.
Happy birthday, Louise.
And Louise's mother wrote us a very nice little letter and told us something I thought was kind of nice, Droopy. Louise got a little stuffed puppy dog for Christmas.
A stuffed dog.
You know what she named him?
What's that?
Droopy.
Oh, my
She sure did. So Louise has 2 Droopies now. She has you on television every morning, and she has a little Droopy that she can hold in her arms while she watches TV. Marilyn Hutchins of Dell City is 5 years old today.
Happy birthday, Marilyn.
Linda Coyner of Stroud is 6.
Happy birthday.
Kenny Anderson of Midwest City is 7.
Happy birthday, Kenny.
And Scott Reno, also of Oklahoma City, is 4 years old today.
Happy birthday.
Now, tomorrow is Saturday, January the 9th, and since we won't be on the air tomorrow morning, we want to wish happy birthday to the Saturday birthdays, too. Larry Dean Pate will be 7 tomorrow morning.
Happy birthday, Larry.
Kenneth McGeehee of Norman will be 2 tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Ken.
Tommy Pierce of Oklahoma City will be 9 tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Ricky White, also of Oklahoma City, will be 5.
Happy birthday, Rick.
Randy Rich of Enterprise will be 4.
Happy birthday, Randy.
Mark Stanley Dale of Davis will be 5.
Happy birthday, Mark.
And has a happy birthday surprise under the couch in the den.
Under the couch.
Lisa K. Anderson of Enid will be 5.
Happy birthday, Lisa.
And Arlen Summers of Lamont will be 4.
Happy birthday, Arlen.
That's all tomorrow morning, Saturday, January the 9th. Now, we have lots of other interesting things to see today besides fish.
On the storyboard?
Well, we do have some interesting things on the storyboard, but where do we see the most interesting things inside of Storyland House?
The wonderful world.
The wonderful world of doing and being. That's right. Let's go in and see what's there.
Okay.
They're getting very good at jumping off that door at the same time, aren't they? Used to have rather a difficult time, but now the Droopy and Bopper both jumped off the door right at the same time. And look what it is that I had to show you. You know, we feel like we're getting to be real gardeners, don't we, boys and girls? We'll put our sweet potato into our clown's head. And, you know, I haven't shown you our sweet potato since it was just barely up. But look at it now.
Boy.
Isn't that something? That high. And this is my real surprise for today. Do you remember when the Dutch Tulip Queen came to visit us and we put the bulbs down into the dirt? You remember that?
Oh, I remember.
Can you see right there what's happening?
They's growing.
They're coming up, aren't they? There are two little tulips coming through right there, and before you know it, they'll be up higher, and they'll be green, and they'll have beautiful, I believe one's red and one's yellow.
And we've got pretty flowers right there on the show wall.
Won't that be nice? Also, in the wonderful world of doing and being, today we're going to make something. Do you know what a puppet is, Droopy?
Well, I has a recollection.
All different kinds of puppets, aren't there? There are marionettes that we work by strings, and there are hand puppets, and there are finger puppets. Did you know that?
Finger puppets?
I didn't know about finger puppets until just very recently.
He's going to show us how to make them?
Would you like to find out how to make them?
Yeah.
Finger puppets are something that anyone can work, and all you need is one hand with 5 fingers on it, which is pretty easy, isn't it? This is the way we do it. You take a piece of cardboard and you draw a picture on it of what you would like to do. Now today, I don't know how well you can see these because they're drawn pretty lightly, but today we drew a clown and an elephant. You could draw a boy or a girl, or you could draw a droopy.
A droopy.
You could make a droopy finger puppet,
Let's
couldn't
have a
you?
droopy puppet.
The first thing you do is get your cardboard and you draw on there a picture of what you want to make a finger puppet out of. Then you color it. What color shall we make our elephant?
Gray.
Gray? Could we be doing something a little more colorful?
Diamond green.
Green?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Because I like, I mean, you know, as long as it's just a finger puppet anyhow, we might as well use a little imagination. I like green elephants. Pink elephants? I've seen pink elephants, haven't you?
Yeah, they's a lot different in the forest, so they green, they's hard to see.
So we'll have a camouflaged green elephant.
And he can hide, and hunters can't get him.
How about his eyes? What color do you suppose we should make his eyes?
Come on, make them blue.
Blue? And shouldn't we leave the tusks white?
Yeah, they have ivory tusk and ivory's white.
Ivory is white, or of course we could make it kind of a yellowish white. That's more ivory, isn't it?
Sort of.
You'd be thinking, boys and girls at home, what you would like to make for your finger puppet. I didn't warn you ahead of time today to get your materials ready because I thought you would be able to learn easier by watching us do it in this particular instance. Now, what color did you want his eyes? Blue?
I want them blue eyes.
Bright blue eyes.
A blue-eyed elephant. A blue-eyed green elephant. That's what we'll have.
Blue-eyed green elephant. Now, did you notice that there was a hole right in the middle of this?
Yeah, I saw that hole. I was wondering
We
about
cut out the hole ahead of time, didn't we? Can you tell me what's going to go there?
the finger.
Why?
Well, I don't know. He says it's a finger puppet hole.
But what do elephants have right out in front that sticks way, way out?
He's got a trunk.
Yes, they've got a trunk. And if you had a small elephant just about the size of this piece of cardboard, and you had a finger sticking out in the front, what would that look like?
That'd look like he's on.
That's exactly what we're going to try to do. Also, you'll notice that there are little loops down at the bottom, and those are the things that are going to hold the elephant onto our fingers so that we can make him walk.
And
Do you know he'd walk?
Right in front of him.
And walk right in front of us. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my great big hands and my little bitty scissors, but we use these scissors for a very special reason, don't we, Droopy?
Now, you're supposed to use blunt-edged scissors
That's
when you
right,
cut.
because these are the kind of scissors that we want the boys and girls at home to use so that they will be absolutely safe. They are the safest kind, and they cut very well, too. It's just that my hands are rather large.
If you've got the right size hands, those are good scissors.
That's right, and for the boys and girls who will be making this little elephant, they have the right size hand, don't they?
They fit right in.
What are these things down here on the elephant's feet, I wonder?
That's his old foot.
And he has that same color down there. Did you notice I left those white?
Yeah, he has toenails.
And his toenails, I think, are about the same color right there.
Yeah, they're white.
That's his tusk.
All the elephants I know have white.
I haven't seen very many elephants' toenails, but I think I'll take your word for it.
Well, here in Storyland, we've got lots of elephants.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Any
Well,
green
I
ones?
think
Any green ones?
well, a couple of green ones. That's why I suggested this green one needs more green ones.
There now, let's see. This folds back,
That old elephant gonna walk.
and this folds back. Now, let's see if it looks like an elephant. There, and here he comes walking towards you.
Look at that old trunk.
That trunk can reach down and pick up hay and stuff it in the mouth like that. See?
Hey, boy, that'd be lots of fun to play with.
Here he comes. It is fun to play with, isn't
Boy,
it?
yeah.
Put him right there, and let's save our clown until another day because we have so many other interesting things to show the boys and girls today. We'll save this clown. One day soon we'll color him, many bright colors. And when we get him finished, here's what we're going to do with him. We're going to have 2 holes. We'll have 2 fingers, and we'll make him dance.
That old dancing clown.
We'll make him dance, and we'll make him kick and cross his legs and all sorts of things.
Oh, boy.
We'll save that, though, for another day. Now I want to show you the pictures on the storyboard. How about that? Do you like finger puppets?
Boy, I just want that green elephant for myself.
All right, you may have it.
To play with.
All righty. Now, pictures on the storyboard. Maybe I'd better move a sweet potato droopy so that it won't get in the way and everybody can see the pictures. This first one is from Molly Arnold, who lives here in Oklahoma City, and she's sent us a picture today of 2 big happy bluebirds flying over.
Boy, those pretty bluebirds.
She's out in the yard, I think, playing with her swing, and she looks up and sees those bluebirds flying over.
That's the schoolyard.
Oh, look, there are lots of birds in this picture, Droopy. Linda Ham drew us this picture. Birds and happy smiling flowers, and what's this over here?
That's flagpole.
And right there,
Well, that's Linda.
that's a snowman, I believe.
Oh.
Because I think yesterday would have been a beautiful day to have made a snowman like that, wouldn't it?
Boy, that old snow was sticking together good.
Linda's little sister's name is Kay Ham, and she sent us this picture.
That's an abstract.
Is that an abstract? It might be, or it could be just a shot of the horizon, couldn't it? This is the blue water, and this is the pale sky as the sun sets in the evening. Here are 2 more snowmen. These are from Debbie Bowen, who is 5 years old.
I
One
like the way
snowman
she
with
drew
the
those
hat and one
snowmen.
without. They're cutout snowmen.
They cut out, yeah.
She made them on another piece of paper and cut them out and pasted them onto this one. Paula Sewell is 4 years old, and she sent us this picture, and I believe they had a fire burning in their fireplace over the holidays, too, because look at all the smoke coming out of the chimney.
That was a happy holiday, though. There's lots
really
of
was.
sunshine.
Donna Kay, who is 7 years old, cut this favorite picture out of her color book, colored it and sent it to us.
Old Cluck Cluck.
It's a mama cluck-cluck, isn't it, because she's on the nest.
She's going to hatch out those eggs.
And here is one that says, I watch your show every day, and Droopy, I love you so much, and you make me giggle. And I like Gertrude. Well, Gertrude will be glad to hear that. It's from David, who says, I love you, Miss Fran, and he draws a heart and a hug and a kiss.
Boy, all in the same letter.
Thank you, David. Edith K. Barler, who lives here in Oklahoma City, says, I watch you every day, and she sends us a picture of a little boy riding across the desert on a horse.
Boy, I had a pretty horsey, hadn't it?
Droopy, would you do me a favor and run tell Bopper to get ready for his song,
I'll
please?
get old Bopper. Come here, you little dog.
We'll look at a couple of more pictures, boys and girls, while Bopper gets ready for his song. Carolyn Baker sent us this one, and what's that sun so happy about?
He's happy because he got a rainbow all
Yes,
his own.
because there's a
Get
beautiful
over there,
rainbow
Bopper.
up in the sky.
You silly
And
dog.
Carolyn's written her name right there. Peggy Jean Jameson of Calumet is 9 years old, and she sent us the front page out of her color book, which says farm pictures. And there's a beautiful farm picture that she has sent to us. Very, very, very nice. And that's about all the time we'll have to look at pictures on the storyboard this morning, because we do want to hear Bopper's song. Little bitty baby Bopper, who, you know, sometimes doesn't even get up in time for the program, not only got up in time this morning, but he also has prepared a song for us. It's about animal crackers, and let's find out whether or not Bopper's a goop.
Animal crackers in my soup, most of them rabbits loose the loop. Got OT, but I have fun swallowing animals one by one. In every bowl of soup I see, lions and tigers watching me. I make 'em jump right through a hoop, those animal crackers in my soup. When I get hold of the big bad wolf, I squish him on a little ground. Then I bite him in a million bits, and I gobble him right down. When they're inside me, well, it's dark. I walk around like
I don't think Bopper's a goop, do you? Do you remember the poem about the goop? The goops, they lick their fingers, and the goops, they slurp their soup. Bopper says that he likes animal crackers so much that he feels like a goop. He doesn't stuff himself quite that much, does he? He's a sweet little puppy, and we thank him very much for the nice song. Now, nice story today, too. We have a story about two of our very favorite inhabitants of Storyland, Raggedy Ann and Andy. Remember? Oh, Droopy's got to hurry and get here for the story, a Raggedy Ann story.
I love the Raggedy Ann story.
I knew you wouldn't miss the story, Droopy.
Boy,
Who's the little girl that owns Raggedy Ann and Andy? Do you remember? Marcella? Marcella, the little girl who has all the little animals and dolls, and her very, very favorite dolls, of course, are Raggedy Ann and Andy. And one day they were resting under a shady maple tree in the backyard. It was a lovely summer afternoon, kind of warm and lazy.
That's good for sleeping.
Yes, but they weren't sleeping, they were just resting. They were sitting just where Marcella had left them when she went to visit Aunt Martha with her mother. But without their little mistress to keep them company, the two cloth dolls became just a little bit impatient and began to wiggle a little bit.
They wants to move around a bit, huh?
Now, Raggedy Ann and Andy don't wiggle when anyone's around, do they?
No, they never wiggle.
No, when there's no one there, sometimes they get restless and begin to wiggle a little bit. Waiting will often do that, you know, even to dolls that are stuffed with clean, white cotton. Well, Raggedy Ann looked thoughtfully at the blue sky above, and she said, "It's such a nice day. I'd like to go for a walk through the deep, deep woods to visit some of those darling woodland creatures." Oh, that's what I like to do on pretty days, too, don't you?
I like some of the little deers and the little
and the little bitty ones, the squirrels and the chipmunks and things
and
like
bun
that.
rabbits.
Raggedy Ann stretched his hands lazily high over his yarn-covered rag head. He would have yawned, too, if he could, but he had a bright, cheery smile painted on his cotton face, just like Raggedy Ann's, and it never, never changed, even the teensiest bit, because it was painted on, wasn't it?
He didn't ever think about yawning.
So wonderful idea, he agreed. I'm sure we can be back before Marcella comes home and even misses us. So the two dolls got up, and they began to stroll through a field of wildflowers, stopping now and then to sniff the pretty blossoms. And in the woods, they saw tiny, shiny eyes peeking out at them from the shadows of the trees and the deep grass. These are the little woodland creatures that we were talking about. Scooty Squirrel whisked out of a hole in an old hollow tree trunk where he and Mrs. Squirrel lived, and when he saw the two rag dolls coming around a bend in the path, he scampered along the tree branches to meet them. "Dear me," gasped Raggedy Ann in surprise as Scooty suddenly appeared just in front of her. Her red candy heart began to thumpity-thump-thump against the cotton stuffing in her chest. "Oh, I'm sorry I frightened you," apologized Scooty, "but I'm so glad to see you again that I didn't even think. How have you been, Raggedy?"
Everything knows they recognize as the dolls, don't they?
They're very good friends. "Oh, we're fine," smiled Raggedy Andy. "We're living at Marcella's nursery, together with a lot of other very nice dolls. Marcella's a little girl who takes very good care of us."
She's a good doll taker care of her.
Raggedy Ann and Andy are very happy with Marcella, I see. They walked a little way to Scooty's hollow tree trunk, and Mrs. Squirrel poked her head out of the hole. "I declare, Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy," she exclaimed. "How wonderful. Do come inside and see the new baby." A new baby. Well, everyone went inside, and they looked down at a cuddly little ball of fur, and Raggedy Ann said, "Kitchy, kitchy, coo. Kitchy, kitchy, coo." That's what everybody says, isn't it? Nobody knows why particularly, but they just say, "Kitchy, kitchy, coo."
I like to say it myself.
Raggedy Ann's old-fashioned shoe-button eyes seemed to grow rounder when she looked more closely. She said, "Why, this is no baby squirrel. It's a baby chipmunk." "Yes, of course," said Mrs. Squirrel. "It's the chittery-chattery chipmunk's new little baby, and his name is Chester. They're just babies."
Visiting with them?
Beg your pardon?
Are they visiting with them?
They're just babysitting. Because Mr. and Mrs. Chipmunk had to go someplace. And as a matter of fact, they'd been gone quite a while, and everyone was beginning to think maybe they'd gotten lost.
Like they wasn't coming back.
Yes, that maybe something had happened to them. Well, Raggedy Ann said, "I don't think anything's happened to them, but come along, Raggedy Andy, and we'll go look and see." So together the two dolls went out to look for the chittery-chattery chipmunks. They went back to the house, to Marcella's house, and Raggedy Ann said, "They must have been here because there are some acorns that Marcella left for them out on the back porch." Or rather, she said there were some acorns that Marcella left for them, and they're gone.
They just find us the skulls.
As the two dolls passed by a small cellar window just above the coal bin, they heard a tiny scratching sound. They peered in through the dusty window. Everything was rather dark, but finally Raggedy Andy pulled open a latch, and the window popped open, and out of the darkness scampered the chittery-chattery chipmunks.
They was trapped.
Only they hardly looked like chipmunks because they were black from the coal. You're right, they were. And everyone was worried about them, very rightly so.
Boy, they could have been in there a long time.
Oh, Raggedy Ann, Raggedy Andy, they chattered breathlessly. Thank goodness you came along. We got in the house by mistake, and we looked everywhere for a way out, and you can see what the coal has done to us. They were very upset, weren't they?
They was rightfully so.
Well, not far away, the dolls found a garden hose, and they attached it to a faucet, and they turned on the water, and in no time at all, the chittery-chattery chipmunks were just as clean as could be. And now, said Raggedy Ann, we have to hurry back to the woods, and off they went. Mrs. Squirrel was so happy to know that the chittery-chattery chipmunks were not really lost, and that Chester would now be back with his very own family. Chester's a little baby, remember?
He's just a little baby.
That she invited everyone to stay and have nut cakes. She had just baked them, and of course, everyone was delighted, weren't they? The nut cakes were just as delicious as they expected they'd be, and when it was time to go, Raggedy Ann and Andy left with smiling goodbyes and returned to their place under the maple tree. And none too soon, either, because the very next minute, Marcella came around the corner of the house, and she ran over to the dolls to take them indoors, and she began to talk to them, and she said, "Oh, my dears," picking them up one by one and kissing them in turn, "I've had such a nice visit with Aunt Martha. You really should have been with me." And the two rag dolls didn't say a word. They just wiggled their shoe-button eyes at each other, which was their very special way of winking. Perhaps it was Marcella who should have been on the visit in the deep, deep woods with them.
They never tells their secrets, do they?
No, Marcella's always, going someplace and having a big adventure, and she comes back and she tells Raggedy Ann and Andy and feels kind of sorry for them because they didn't get boys. What's the trouble here?
This silly bopper, he gets after my ears.
The longer Bopper's up, I think the feistier he gets. Bopper, thank you again very, very much for singing the song for us today.
Welcome.
Droopy, how about you? Would you like to sing some kind of a song for us one day next week?
Oh, I sure would.
The boys and girls love to have you sing, and maybe Gertrude would sing with you. You suppose she would?
I'll
They
ask
sing
her.
very nice duets, don't you think? Time to go now. Have a very, very nice weekend, boys and girls. Be very careful because we want to see you Monday morning. Bye now.
That's our Storyland visit for today, boys and girls. Be sure you're tuned in every Monday through Friday morning at 7:50 for more early day fun with Miss Fran from Storyland. Puppets by Buzz Gregg.
A happy birthday surprise hidden away in the hall closet.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Karen Pullen of Cement is 8 years old today.
Happy birthday, honey.
Hi, Bopper.
Good morning.
Made it up pretty early this morning, didn't you?
I've had to get him up early.
I see. This is pretty early for Bopper, boys and girls. Sometimes he sleeps halfway through the program. So, happy birthday from Bopper and Droopy both to Bobby Cott of Oklahoma City, who is 6 years old today.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Stephen Wayne Selby of Pauls Valley, who is 4.
Happy birthday.
Before the boys and girls have to run off to school, we want to do the birthdays. This is Friday morning, January the 8th. And it's the birthday of Deborah K. Dixon, who lives in Oklahoma City and is 6 years old today, Droopy.
Happy birthday, Debbie.
Dwayne Lingenfelter of Enid is 8 years old today.
Happy birthday, Dwayne.
We want to say a belated happy birthday to Dale Howard Rankin, who was 3 years old on Wednesday, and his card was missent someplace else, and so we were quite late getting it.
Happy birthday, belated.
Belated to Dale.
Dale.
Jimmy Burton of Oklahoma City is 5 years old today, and he has
Your friends, your favorite storybook characters, and even fish. And here's Miss Fran.
Good morning, boys and girls. How are you today, Droopy?
I'm real good.
Someone saw the fish, didn't they?
They sure did. I see some too there.
Droopy corrected me this morning. I said goldfish, and he said they're not goldfish at all. I forgot that Droopy was an expert.
They's gouramis.
They're what?
Gouramis.
Geronimus?
Gouramis.
All righty, they're beautiful fish.
I like them too.
Mark Nida of Perry, who is also 4 today.
happy birthday.
And he has a
Mark.
happy birthday surprise hidden away, too.
Where did we?
Behind the divan.
Oh.
Louise Abbott of Oklahoma City is 5 years old today.
Happy birthday, Louise.
And Louise's mother wrote us a very nice little letter and told us something I thought was kind of nice, Droopy. Louise got a little stuffed puppy dog for Christmas.
A stuffed dog.
You know what she named him?
What's that?
Droopy.
Oh,
She
my
sure
God.
did. So Louise has 2 Droopies now. She has you on television every morning, and she has a little Droopy that she can hold in her arms while she watches TV. Marilyn Hutchins of Del City is 5. Very, very nice to have them with us this morning. Have they? Well.
No, they haven't eaten yet.
Oh, well, we'll leave them right there. You know, they're not being camera shy today, are they?
They're performing well. I was giving them a talking to after last time.
I should think so. The last time we had the fish come to visit us, they would come around on this side and hide so that no one could see them. Well, we'll leave them right there, and the fish can help us wish the boys and girls happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And the fish can listen to the story with us.
Listen to the fish.
You suppose they'll like that?
Yeah, they like stories.
Thank you for bringing the fish. Well, first thing before